Tired of being just a friend? You're about to discover a seductive, no-nonsense 5-step formula to escape the friend zone fast. These steps will flip the script and make her see you as a confident, desirable man she wants to be with. Follow carefully and never be friend-zoned again. The moment you realize you're in the friend zone, the dynamic has already tilted against you. The way out isn't found in desperate confessions or playing the waiting game. The way out is calculated, controlled, and confident. It begins with an understanding. Attraction isn't built on kindness alone. It's built on tension, desire, and the perception of value. The first move is to shift how she perceives you. This is where the semi-pull away begins. You don't cut contact. You don't ghost her. You remain present, but not available in the same way. You stop responding instantly to her texts. You stop saying yes to every favor. You interact with her in a playful, flirtatious tone, while avoiding emotional dependency. Instead of being her therapist, you become the guy who makes her smile, raises her energy, and leaves her wondering. That curiosity is powerful. It creates space for desire to grow. When you stop over-investing, you automatically begin to reclaim your value. You tease her lightly. You compliment her in a neutral, almost dismissive way. You brush her arm casually when joking. You never tell her you like her. You don't confess. Instead, you suggest attraction through vibe, not words. When she texts you about her problems, you don't dive into analysis mode. You keep it light. You redirect the conversation. You subtly remind her you have your own life. This semi-pull away is not absence. It's presence on your terms. When done right, she starts asking herself, why isn't he acting like before? Did he meet someone else? That mental disruption opens the door. Once the pull away shifts the balance, you trigger the second lever. Showing your options. Women want what other women want. It's biological, subconscious, undeniable. So the goal here is to display without arrogance that you are desirable to other women. You start mentioning female friends in casual conversation. I was talking to Sarah about this the other day, or my friend Anna dragged me into this new cafe. You talk about dating hypothetically. You ever go on a date that was so weird you questioned your sanity? These comments inject subtle reminders that you're a man with options. If you're in a group setting, flirt with other women, playfully, tactfully. If you're active on social media, post photos with other girls. It doesn't have to be romantic. Just show that women are around you, that you're socially desired. Tag a girl in a funny story. Share a moment with a female coworker. If the girl you're interested in sees this, she'll begin recalibrating her perception of you. She'll start wondering, is he seeing someone? And then more urgently, what does she have that I don't? That emotional spike is jealousy, and in small doses, it's a powerful motivator. But this only works when you're not doing it to provoke her directly. It must seem effortless, part of your life. Your energy says, I like you, but I don't need you. I have options. I choose where I invest. That kind of confidence is magnetic. It shows you value yourself, and women are only drawn to men who value themselves first. But we're not stopping there. The next layer is dominance, not the aggressive kind, but social dominance, or what I call social leadership. This isn't about being loud. It's not about overpowering others. It's about owning your presence in a room. Wherever you are, you become the axis around which energy flows. If you're at a party, you're the one introducing people to each other, starting conversations, pulling groups together. You're the guy who makes everyone feel welcome and engaged. You share your stories, laugh freely, ask questions, give others the spotlight, then pull it back when needed. In the office, you're the one who takes initiative, who rallies people, who adds charisma to otherwise dry interactions. When the girl you like sees you in these environments, she subconsciously begins associating you with power, not forceful power, but influence. That's a completely different archetype than the nice guy who's always there for me. She begins to see you as a man who leads, not follows. And that's incredibly attractive, because leadership is survival value. Deep in her mind, she now starts considering you as a viable mate, not a safety net. But none of this matters if you don't bridge it into real one-on-one time. That's why the next step is what I call the pseudo-date. At this stage, you don't ask her out in a big, romantic gesture. You simply invite her into your world. You choose something casual, low pressure, but intimate in its simplicity. A walk through the city, a trip to the farmer's market, grabbing ice cream or boba, even running errands together. You're not asking for a date, you're inviting her to join you. The way you frame this is everything. You say things like, "I'm craving tacos later. Join if you're around." Or, "Need a second opinion on these sneakers. You're coming with me." It's light, it's playful. It doesn't scream, "I'm trying to make a move." But the intimacy is there. It's just buried under the surface. That's what makes it disarming. She says yes because it doesn't feel like a date. But when you're together, alone, the dynamic is no longer group-based, and now she gets to experience you in a different way. During this time, you keep the energy fun and flirtatious. You tease her. You lead the conversation. You challenge her playfully. You look into her eyes a little longer than usual. You lean in when you speak. And more importantly, you don't overvalidate her. You don't act like a fan. You're the one being observed now, the one she's trying to figure out. The mystery is alive. The tension is real. And as this plays out, you watch for the signs. If she laughs at your jokes, touches your arm, plays with her hair, mirrors your movements, she's into it. At this point, the final step is simple. You make a move. The move depends on the environment. If the moment is right, you go for the kiss. But not suddenly, not like some nervous teenager. You lower your voice. You slow your pace, you hold eye contact longer, you let a moment hang in silence, and if the signs are there, she's locked in, her breathing shifts, her body leans in, you close the distance. Softly, confidently, you go for it. But let's say it's not the right place. Too public, too fast. Then you express your intent. You tell her, "I like this energy with you. We should do this again, on a real date." You use the word date to kill the ambiguity. That word forces her to confront the reality that you're no longer sitting in the friend zone. You're standing outside it, inviting her in. And because you've built tension, displayed value, created desire, she'll say yes. Now here's where most guys screw up again. They think that once she agrees to the first real date, the game is won. It's not. Attraction is like fire. It burns hot, but dies without fuel. So after the move, you must continue asserting your masculine frame. You don't flood her with attention. You don't chase. You continue being the man with options, the man with purpose. You lead, you invite, you challenge, you flirt, you build polarity. You remain unpredictable. Not emotionally unstable, but spontaneous. You don't become her boyfriend in your behavior until she earns that level of commitment. The balance must remain slightly tilted toward mystery. That's where seduction thrives. And if at any point she tries to reframe things, if she says something like, "I don't want to ruin our friendship," or "I'm not sure what I want right now," you don't panic. You don't beg for clarity. You smile and say, "No worries. I'm not looking for just friendship, so let's leave it there." Then you pull back. You remove access. And what happens? She feels the loss. She reconsiders. The tension builds again. That's the difference between a man who wins and one who waits. Every one of these steps requires confidence, but not the fake, puffed-up kind. Real confidence is silent. It's grounded in knowing your value, knowing what you want, and not bending your standards to fit someone else's comfort. It's in your body language, your voice, your eye contact. It's in your ability to walk away when things aren't aligned. And that's the ultimate key. If you do everything right and she still isn't interested, you walk. You don't linger and hope. You don't beg for crumbs. Because your time is valuable. Your energy is gold. You don't stay in the friend zone. You exit it, either into romance or into distance. The friend zone is not a life sentence unless you act like it is. Break the routine. Shift the energy. Let her see the man beneath the niceness. Create desire. Build tension. Pull her into your frame. Or let her go and make room for someone who sees your worth from day one.